Daniela Arellano, former 119 SBC Defending Champ. I will be fighting at 125, and I will be fighting out of Mendez Boxing. Currently, I am 20 years old. I just turned 20 back in October. You know, I'm a Libra gang. Gonna turn 21, 2025, you know, we're excited for that. But yeah, I just entered my 20s. We gotta get SHIT started. I'm a two-time champ for SBC. I defended my 119 belt back in September. I've won the New York tournament. I'm also the Ringmasters champ at 119 as well. I'm very excited for this next fight on January 18th because, well, first, it'll be my first fight out of the new year, which is like new energy. I feel like it's a great start of the year, you know. First fight, first month, first bout, like we're on it. It'll make me officially open since this will be my 10th fight, and I will be going to a new weight class. It'll be, you know, it'll be very, it's a lot of hard work, but I'm ready to become a two-division champion, and it will be a nice challenge for me to see if I'm able to handle this weight class and, you know, take on new opponents. And that's something I'm really excited about. I'm very excited to fight at 125 because this will mean that I'll be a two-division champ if I am successful on January 18th. This past year, I've been very active when it comes to my amateur career in fighting, and I've been testing a lot with 119. And as you guys may know, I've had a lot of the same opponents, and I'm excited to see at 125 if this is a challenge I'm able to take on, able to be strong in and feel comfortable in. I haven't fought Jackie, and I know like she's very comfortable at this weight, 125, and I think it'll be a very fun and interesting fight, you know. She's more comfortable at this weight. She's fought at this weight before. I believe she's done Ringmasters at this weight as well. So she's very experienced, and I think that'll be a good experience for me to, you know, share the ring with her. Yeah, it's gonna be a great fight. I know she looks very strong. She's got some height on me, so I think it will be a very interesting fight to see how our styles collide and bring out show for you guys. What made me want to take up fighting at 125 is the fact that, you know, I'm still very young in my career, you know. Like, again, I've only been fighting for 1 year out of, you know, Metro, out of amateurs, and I feel very strong at 125, especially during camp and everything. That's where I usually walk around, and it makes me feel strong, makes me feel fast. So I want to be able to test it, and especially as my opponent is very well experienced at this fight, I feel like it will be a good test for me to see, okay, am I able to keep up at the same pace as other people that are here? And yeah, you know, like we already know I make 119, we already know how I fight at 119. I could always go back, but let's test new territory. Let's, you know, test the waters. And I am really, really excited to see how I do. The more experience you have, you get to know yourself as a fighter more, and you get to be able to read and understand your opponents better as well. So when it comes to fighting someone that is more experienced than you, at least for me, I know it's a better testament to myself, because for someone who has much more experience fighting, who has much more experience understanding the ring, understanding how judges score and everything, and whether or not I'm able to hold my own in sparrings, hold my own in fights, I'm able to see like, okay, like where I can really grow and see what them as opponents are able to show me, what I need to work on as well, and showing my strengths and showing my weaknesses. Because yes, experience speaks a lot. Experience speaks a lot, and it shows for a lot. But knowing that I am now building up my experience, I'm getting up there, slowly building up my experience, you can see how I've already grown as a fighter, but also with how little experience I do have, that my skill and the talent that I do have speaks for itself as well, and shows that I do have a lot of potential that I believe in, and I want to grow on. Fighting pool for girls is very small, and I feel like most of the girls that I have fought, they've already kind of been in the game longer than I have. You know, I'm definitely a newer face. I know I popped up out of nowhere, you know, and I remember at my first fight, the people that was around me, they were like, nah, like, everyone that's already been in this game for a minute, like, you're gonna be on their radar. And I'd be like, nah, like, what you mean? Like, I just got on here. Like, I got so much to learn. Like, to be honest, I didn't think I was much of a threat. I didn't have that belief that I was much of a threat. And this ain't me saying, like, yeah, y'all should be threatened by me, because everyone should have something to bring to the table. But being with what I've done, I'm more confident in myself, more confident in my skills, more confident in my ability to learn. And yeah, everyone that I fought has basically had more experience than me, has been doing this for a long time, and I know I'm gonna be here for a long time, and I'm just getting started. This will be my first time fighting 3 minutes, even though if I recall, I believe back in Metros it was 3 minutes as well. But again, that's also too, I wasn't open yet. It's because the people that I was fighting were open and I had to fight at 3 minutes with them. So I feel like also too, that also shows earlier when we talked about experience, how it affects me as a fighter. If I was fighting other women, other girls that weren't open, I would still be fighting with only 2 minutes. But I do have some experience here and there fighting at 3 minutes. So it's not something too uncommon for me. Also too, anytime I'm sparring, it's always 3-minute rounds. And even back at the Ringmasters, I believe that that was something that people showed it like, oh, did you notice the difference in time? And I'd be like, oh, what do you mean? And that I believe the first 2 rounds were 2 minutes, and then they realized like, oh no, my opponent is open, so you should be at 3 minutes. So that last round was 3 minutes, and I remember being, yes. I remember being in that ring in that last round. I'm moving, and I wasn't necessarily tired. I didn't feel like I was gassed out. Like I still had strength in me, but I remember thinking, okay, I feel like I got more time to play around with right now. Like I didn't hear the bell. I was like, wait, what's going on? And I feel like that's something too. I am getting more comfortable and will be able to learn more of how to take advantage of my time in that ring with the 3 minutes. Because women usually always fight at 2 minutes and it goes by very quickly. So it's a more short span of just, oh, we need to go, we need to trade punches right now. Like I need to get that points because it's a point system. But with that 3 minutes, I'm ready to, use it wisely and use it to my advantage. And my footwork is definitely something I want to continue showcasing. I would definitely want to, my own personal goal right now is to definitely try to be light on my feet. I was a dancer, and anytime anyone learns that about me, or anyone that, just comes across me, they're like, oh, if you're a dancer, you should be dancing in that ring. You should be light on your feet, you should be able to move, blah, blah, blah. And they're right. Like, there's no reason why I can't. I know I can. So I'm excited to show that part of me. And I definitely want to show, I always say this to be smarter, but I really want to show, how I think, because I want to process and grow in how I think as well in that ring, instead of just trying to hurt the other person or just trying to just come forward. I don't want to be predictable. I said this last time too, but I really don't want to be predictable. And the gym is Mendez Boxing, and I will always continue fighting out of Mendez Boxing, and it's just an immense amount of support. I feel like you could feel at your lowest, or you could kind of feel like sometimes you kind of doubt yourself a little bit, because we all have those moments. I'm human too, trust me. I always tell people, fake it till you make it with the confidence, so that you can go into that ring feeling your best. But it definitely helps, quote unquote, faking that confidence when you have people around you, especially in the gym that you're in, that reassure you and tell you all the time that they support you and they believe in you. When you come into the gym, when you come into Mendez, you always have the same familiar faces around the time that you always come in. They're like, oh, hey, like, how are you doing? I've been seeing you put in the work, good job, like, you've been doing great, like, just keep pushing, or just that constant support. You kind of think to yourself, like, not yet, like, I gotta do this, like, I can't do this. There's no reason why I'm not, I take so much pride in representing Mendez. I really, really do. So many strong people have come out of here. There's so many strong people still uplifting it, still being here. And I just want to make them proud, for real. Like, you already know. Shout out to Frankie and stuff, because he's been helping me OD. He's always been there for me. Same with Luz. Miss that girl. I don't see her as often, but, gonna miss them. And just everyone here, Rocky, behind the cameras and stuff, that was seeing you around too. It's a family over here, for real. We might not see each other too often, but we all know that we all come from here, we all work here, we all have our own goals, and we just want to uplift each other. Wow, shout outs to my sparring partners, because they've helped me a lot. Like, and they've showed me to, like, girl, you got it, like, you can do this, So specifically to, like, I will say my big sister in boxing, Sarah, Sarah, you've been such a big support for me, and I've looked up to you, I still look up to you, but I remember too, when I first wanted to start fighting, and I remember seeing her here at Mendez. She was working out and stuff, and she was the first female fighter like I'd seen in the flesh, in person, met, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's so cool, she's so badass, like, I want to be like her, and to be able to now work with her and her be, by my side and just, uplifting me, it's a really big thing. Yeah, so I would say all the girls that I spar with, shout out to Jessica as well, like, she'd be putting in the work with me in that ring, making me think harder, making me stay on my toes. So I really do appreciate that. And I would dedicate this fight, and another big shout out to is my current boyfriend, because he's been my biggest support system. And yeah, he's helped me a lot. Maybe staying sane in this very crazy process. I want to shout out to Christian as well to even give me the opportunity to fight at a different division. Because I remember too, it was also, he brought it up to me and say, hey, like, you want to try going up a weight? And at the time, I was like, it's not my time right now. Like, I'm gonna keep it at what I know. But the fact that I do have this opportunity to go up a different weight class and be able to fight for an event that's, you know, it's popping, you know, they get what it's done, you know, and giving us a platform that no other amateurs can really experience. And we're from New York, like, it really is a great opportunity because it always keeps me active, you know. I already know, you know, with the fights I would want to go, I want to fight for SBC. So shout out to Christian for that thing because you put on amazing shows and you make us fighters feel a bit more special. This upcoming year for 2025, I have a great feeling for it. Overall, it's a new year of just trying new things because you guys are going to see a new side of me. I don't want to say too much on everything because at the same time, y'all going to see my face, so y'all going to peep some things. But yeah, it's still me. I'm going to do what I need to do, and we're going to get what needs to get done. Y'all, get y'all tickets now for January 18th. Pop out to Long Island to Stereo Garden. Y'all will see me in a new element, in a new weight class. Hopefully 3 belts by the time y'all see me. Hopefully 3 belts. There's some great fights coming out to y'all. Our main event is crazy. Shout out to Mikey and fucking Kamal because they're gonna give out a great show. I love, and I will always advocate for other women in boxing. Like, I really, really do. Like, I never want to be lonely in this. Like, I want to see more girls. Like, I want to see more girls. And when I'm telling y'all, these 2 girls that's going to be also fighting alongside with us that night, like Shaniqua and Morgan, ooh, I already know. Like, they're both so talented, and I know it both means a lot to them. Like, trust and believe, like, yeah, well, it's common to see guys fighting in boxing, but trust and believe us girls, like, when we're in this, we dedicated to it, and we put our heart and soul into that ring. Like, we do. And even with, like, my opponent, it's all respect, like, because we want to bring it in. So I know with these girls, too, our names are on the line. Like, we got to, like, we're not going to HALFASS nothing. Like, we're not. Like, pop out. They got drinks, they got food, you got merch. What else can you ask for?